with Thom. Today gonna be a special day. Probably gonna make something special.
Well, Thom's gonna help me. We're gonna try and make a pretty cool giant meat log for our Christmas dinner. Basically, we're gonna take pork and beef and bacon and sausage with a little stuffing in the middle and some spices, herbs, and barbecue sauce, and roll it all up in kind of a big meat roast, and then cook it up for our Christmas dinner. So let's get started and see how it goes. Okay, we're here with Thom. She's going to kind of show us what we have for ingredients today, right, Thom? What do we got?
What we got today is
basically a bunch of meat, right?
a lot of meat.
Okay, let's start over here. What do we got here? That's a big giant chuck roast. Looks like we got, what, 2.7 pounds? Basically, we're going to be cutting this up. This is probably going to be the meat that's going to go inside. Then what do we have here, Thom?
It's like
a boneless pork loin. Okay, that's going to be kind of the outer shell of the meat log, if you want to call it that. Let's see, well, we got 2.88 pounds. So we're going to be slicing this, hopefully somewhat thin, so we can kind of open it up and basically put the other meats inside. Okay, and it looks like we got
bacon.
2 types of bacon. This looks like a regular bacon, and I think we plan to put this inside, right? Okay, so that's going to be the bacon that goes inside. Then we got the thicker peppered bacon for the outside roll. Basically, we're going to cover the whole roast after we get it rolled up with the peppered bacon, right? And then we have some Italian sausage. That's also just kind of me put inside of the meat roll. We got various spices over here. Mrs. Dash, or Mr. Dash, as Thom likes to call it. Let's see, got some cayenne. We always love cayenne. And what do you got there? Garlic powder. And what's that? Caribbean jerk spices. And also my favorite barbecue sauce, Super Smokers Championship sauce. We're putting some of that inside. And also, one of the last things, we're going to be putting a little bit of stuffing inside of the meat roll. And then hopefully we can skewer it all together with these metal skewers I got. If not, we might have to find some string and tie it together. And also, I just bought a little thermometer so we can check the inside temperature of the meat, make sure it's fully cooked while we're cooking it. Okay, so let's get started, right, Thom?
Right, I'm ready.
Alright, everybody, it looks like Thom's got some big knives. Hope she's not mad at me. First step, basically, we're going to be taking these big meat roasts that we got, and we're going to kind of fillet them out so they're nice and thin cut, so we can start stuffing it with all the meat and the ingredients. Okay, guys, Thom and I have been cutting at the meat. This is the big pork loin. Basically, we kind of cut it in 3 slices, or 3 ways. First, we cut it this way, open up the top, and then I cut it this way and flipped over the next layer. So basically, it's like 3 layers wide now, so it's nice and big. So this is going to be the outer shell of the meat log. And then we're going to start putting the other meat and spices and barbecue sauce and everything inside here with a little bit of stuffing. Then we'll roll it up. Okay, Thom's starting to cut the beef roast. This is a chuck roast. You want something that has a little bit of fat in it, so it has some nice marbling and juice, so it'll be juicy inside when it cooks. If you had the money, some prime rib would be really awesome to put in there, but that's quite a bit more expensive. So we're just doing it with the cheaper chuck roast. Alright, guys, while Thom was cutting the meat, basically I put down a lot of seasonings on here. I got the Caribbean jerk seasoning, some more cayenne, some garlic powder, some Mrs. Dash table blend, and I also sprinkled on some barbecue sauce. This is my favorite sauce called Super Smokers Championship sauce right there. So that'll make it a little more juicy inside. Okay, now the next layer we're going to put some bacon down. Thom's got the thinner bacon. This is the one without the pepper. So we're going to do a layer of bacon across. And then we'll cover it, basically pretty much cover it almost all the way with bacon. Then after that we'll lay the beef. This is the beef roast. Thom got it all cut into thin slices, so we'll put that in next. Alright, Thom's got the basically the bacon blanket laid out on top of that first layer of meat. Now she's pulling the beef out.
Okay.
So she's going to start laying the beef on top.
On top here?
Yeah. So we'll just start laying it on, and then we'll cover it up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, everyone, we now got the beef pretty much layered on top, covering everything. So now I'm going to add some more of the spices on there, some more Caribbean jerk and cayenne, and then we're also going to put a little more barbecue sauce in here on the middle layer. We'll get that all layered out, and then we'll come back with a little bit of stuffing to put in the middle to hold it all together inside. So start putting the seasoning on, Thom, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I got all the seasonings on there, and Thom, I forgot to, we added the other meat we had, the sausage, Italian sausage. We're going to put it, that'll probably be the center of the roll. We got a little bit laid out here. Then I'm going to come along the side of that, and we're going to add basically about the same size of stuffing next to it. So that'll be our center of our meat log, and then we'll try and roll this up if we can. It's getting pretty thick. Might just be one fold over. I don't know. We'll see.
We see.
And then on the outside, we'll put the peppercorn bacon on top. All right, everybody. We got the meat log already. I added the stuffing on top. So we're going to try and roll this thing up. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but we'll give it a try, and I'll show you what it looks like once we get it rolled. All right, guys, we're back here with Thom. We got Meatzilla, the meat log already, man. I think the meat log's as big as Thom. She put a little bit of rosemary on top, and now last we're going to put a little bit of beer in the bottom of the pan. I don't think I'm going to inject it. It's probably going to be juicy enough, but we're going to put some beer in the bottom of the pan, probably about half a bottle, 3/4 of the bottle.
Right.
That'll help steam it and cook nicely. We're going to cover it with foil for the first part of cooking. Probably about, I don't know, 3 hours or so. Slow cooking at about 300 degrees. Then after that, when it gets closer to the finish, we'll take the aluminum foil off top, let it get all nice and crispy on top, and we'll be basting it with the more of the barbecue sauce and seasonings. So, want to pour the beer in, Thom?
My German beer.
Yeah, nice German Weissen beer. You want a nice Weissen. Usually works good. Okay, so just pour some in the bottom of the pan.
So ham.
Maybe just pour the whole bottle.
Are you sure ham so much?
No, you have to get your own bottle.
Really? Okay.
Okay, so we got all the beer in there. We're going to wrap it up and throw it in the oven. And we'll come back in a little while and show you what it looks like. Alright, everybody, I'm here with Thom. We got Meatzilla, our big giant meatloaf, all done. We're getting ready to cut it up, and then we'll serve it up on a plate and show you what it looks like. It looks really good so far.
Yeah, giant 10 pounds of the meat. Okay, guys, holy meat raw.
My Meatzilla is all done. We got it cut. Thom's got a nice big serving on the plate, so we're getting ready to eat.
I know, pretty big for me.
Yeah, this thing was pretty huge, so I think we'll have some leftovers, but it looks like it's going to be really good. So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.